Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Animal Fight Night or Animal Fight Club, depending on who you ask, because when you actually watch one of these episodes, I only watched one, they're about 45 minutes long each, and it went from 2015 to 2018. Actually, it went longer, I'll explain in a minute, but when you actually go to watch an episode, it's called Animal Fight Club. Maybe it changed it later on. I have no idea, but the title right here, Animal Fight Night. It's not night. I mean, they're not clubs, I guess, either. So it's just a catchy name to just do a highlight reel of animals fighting. You know, you have all these nature documentaries, National Geographic, of which this is one, Disney Nature, and all these things. You see them going through their lives, raising their children, breeding, eating, killing. In this case, it's all the fights. Sometimes they're decisive, but I don't think there's any actual kills in this. They start off with bears, just brown bears, and I swear I've seen the footage before. Like, National Geographic does recycle a lot of their footage over other, like, repackage them for different documentaries. I'm pretty sure. Like, this is more of a, I don't know, in television, this might be the most clickbaity type of programming they might have for animal stuff, rather than the majestic lion documentary as compared to watch lions fight cheetahs. Cheetah lion fight. You know, that's, more exciting. And that's what you get. You get bears fighting each other over fish. You get cheetahs and lionesses fighting each other over, territory or kids or something. I don't know. They go through a lot of different types of fights, big and small, land and sea. They have cuttlefish fighting for a woman, basically a female, just to breed with. And they don't even just fight. They have little tiny beaks. There's tendrils going everywhere and all sorts of stuff. But one actually can, they can change their colors and everything else. One, in this example they give us, changes to look like a female, and it's small enough that it can pass, and so it sort of floats in there, sneaks in there. Hey guys, just another female. Don't try to breed with me. I'm not, not ready right now. But then he gets in there and he starts mating with a female. I think this is, never mind. and then he's like, I'm done. See ya. And he turns, then he dresses like a male again. Yeah. So cuttlefish. Yeah, watch out for those guys. Anyway, there's limpets also fighting giant starfish and tiny crabs. There's all sorts of crazy stuff going on here. I think we get honey badgers at one point versus a bunch of different people. Jackals versus is it jackals versus honey badgers? Yeah, jackals versus honey badgers. Roadrunners versus the rattlesnakes. All sorts of... There's so many different things. I'm trying to figure out how they did, I don't know how many seasons with this. By the way, they start with season 3. Don't know why. Maybe seasons 1 and 2 were not under National Geographic, or... I don't know. I don't know why they start sometimes halfway between... halfway into their seasons. Seasons 3, 4, 5, and 6 are what's featured. 7, 6, 8, and 8 episodes each. And again, at 45 minutes a shot, and being that this wasn't like a highlight clip reel episode. It wasn't like the pilot episode where they're just going to try to throw as much at you as possible to go, that looks interesting. They must do this with every episode. I can't imagine. I mean, everybody gets kind of like 5, maybe 10 minutes, not even that. But there's so many different animal fights. It ends with, while the credits are rolling, there's an elk and a bison still fighting. It's just, let's just keep going. And it's entertaining. It's interesting, fairly brutal, but it's not the kind of thing that I'm just going to be like, you know what? I think I really need to see animals just gore each other nearly to death. while this guy does his narration to make it, he's given play-by-play, and treating it like it's like an actual, almost an actual fight, but also a documentary. It's educational. But at the same time, there's also they do cutaways to explain how they're fighting, which is interesting. They like sort of a digital scan in a sense. They freeze frame and then they zoom in and they show what the bear claws look like and how they use so many, how sharp they are, how long they are, how much pressure they put on things. So yeah, it's a number of different options. The alligators. There's two alligators fighting each other in Florida, as they do, and they zoom in and they show how one has a grip on the other one, and the other one is gripping it a different way, and the kind of pressure that they can put on each other. It's like the size of a car on top of a quarter or something. Like, they use all these, I don't know, examples. It doesn't really, a car on top of a quarter. Yeah, it seems pretty like a lot of pressure, but I don't know. It just, I'm picturing it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty massive. But yeah, so yeah, you can see a lot of different animals really go at it. I'd say if this is your kind of thing, you might get a kick out of it. They've got, like I said, they've got 4 seasons worth of this. 8 and 15. Probably about 30 some episodes-ish around there, nearly. And maybe if they ever decide to bring in seasons 1 and 2, there might be more. But yeah, you might get a kick out of it. It seems like the thing to do. If you're like into, not so much into documentaries about nature and animals and things like that, maybe it just might be a little bit more exciting if it's animals beating the crap out of each other. It's a compromise. So, it's also, the music's all very dramatic and it's all really intensified. So yeah, it feels less like something educational and more like you're watching something that's, you bought on a VHS tape in a back room somewhere. It's kind of salacious. So let's pick tomorrow's episode. 149. Okay, scroll. Oh no. I thought we were almost done with this guy, but he has a lot of stuff on National Geographic. Yeah, it's another documentary, but it's a different type of documentary series. It's animals, but it's not. It's more veterinary stuff. In this case, we've talked to him before. Well, not talked to him. We've looked at his stuff before, and it was the big mistake I made over Christmas, thinking it was going to be something that was very Christmassy themed. It turned out it was not. It was just kind of a clip show and a preview show, and so I threw it to the after Christmas. It was Deceptive Name. In this case, I think we get a behind the scenes on the man himself, not necessarily the work he does. Well, I'm sure that'll be part of it, but I guess his origin story. This is Incredible, the story of Dr. Paul. Just like one away from The Incredibles 2. Incredible, the story of Dr. Paul. They Paul, because the shows are called The Incredible Dr. Paul, whatever. So this one's called Incredible, the story of Dr. Paul, on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.